Hey everybody, it's Rebecca with Red True Crime. So this is unusual. I normally don't do lives in the middle of the day, but I'm at lunch right now, and I wanted to talk about an ongoing cold case that happened here in North Carolina in the last 24 years. And it's about Asha Degree. And hopefully I'm saying her name correctly, and if I'm not, I apologize, Degree family, no disrespect. There were some developments that popped up yesterday, and I remember hearing about this case on a podcast that I listened to. And the case itself bothers me beyond belief. Because how does a 9-year-old girl disappear in the middle of the night? And she actually willingly left the house. So it just makes me wonder what happened here. But she was born August 5th, 1990 in Shelby, North Carolina. So that's a little town right outside of Charlotte. And she has an older brother named O'Brien, and both her parents are married, still together, loved her very much, and they were very strict parents. They went to church, she went to school, but they didn't have a computer in the house because they wanted to keep outside influences from coming into the house. So that's important because it makes me have other questions about that. But on the night she went missing, it was Valentine's Day, 2000, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, February 14th, the year 2000, she went missing. And, it was very cold. It was raining that night. They had lost power. And the parents had put the kids to bed at 8 o'clock. They had checked on them around 12:30 when the power went out. And then they checked on them again around 2:30 in the morning, and everything was fine. Now, her brother reports hearing Asha's bed creak. He thought maybe she was just kind of moving around in bed. But they seem to believe that she left the house somewhere between, I think they said 3:45 and 4:15. Yeah. That's when she left the house. She had packed her backpack, and she left. The question is, why? Nobody thinks she was a runaway. Even the police don't believe she was a runaway. She was 9 years old. So she was walking around Highway 18 in the storm, in the cold, wearing nothing but a long sleeve t-shirt, and it was very long. It was white, and white pants. Now, why this child went out without a coat or anything, I have no idea. Why she left in the middle of the night, I have no idea. But several motorists saw her on the road. A couple turned around. They thought it was weird that a young child was out on the road like that. And when she saw the cars turn around, she took off into the woods. And that was pretty much all they saw. Now, what bothers me is nobody reported seeing this child on the road until they heard about the disappearance of the child. Now, I'm sorry, it's like 4 a.m. and you're driving and you see a kid walking around the side of the road, not wearing the appropriate clothing in bad weather. I'm calling 911 to say, hey, there's a kid out here. I don't know why. You might want to come look at this. So there's that. But this case, not a whole lot's been found. Like a year and a half after she went missing, they found her backpack buried at a construction site, had everything in it. And her mom and all of them knew the next morning when they went to get them up for school around 6 a.m. that she wasn't there. So they started looking for her right away. Police, FBI got involved. All of it's been crazy. Sorry, guys, I work out by the airport, so you're going to hear planes overhead. So it took them until like 2015, 2016 to get a tip about a 1970s green Thunderbird or another type of car. And that is what brings us to the lead from yesterday. Because they drained a lake and they found a green 70-ish car that they're believing is tied to the Asha Degree disappearance. And that apparently there was a body in the car. But no one has confirmed it's her. No one's confirmed who it is. So, but as I was going through the comments on this, like the family has done everything they could to keep her name out there, to keep her relevant. There's billboards out there. They've done the Oprah Winfrey show. FBI still talks about the case. Everybody has done everything they possibly can to keep this child's name out there. And yet there's nothing. So, and people have been really cruel to the family. They have like said, how did you not know your kid left the house? It's Valentine's Day. And apparently the parents were married on Valentine's Day. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put the kids to bed, had a couple of glasses of wine, and went to sleep. It happens. Nobody keeps tabs on their kids like that in the middle of the night, unless you have a reason to. Like my son, he's autistic. I would get up constantly throughout the night and check on him, because that's just what I did. So I don't think the parents have anything to do with any of this. But here's what I do think. Because the only people these kids were around were people at school, people close to the family, and people at church. I think that is where the suspect is. I don't think she would willingly get into a car with somebody she didn't know. And because they didn't have a computer, I don't think it's somebody who got in that way to entice her out. I think it's somebody the family knows. And now that they found this car, hopefully they can figure out who the car belonged to and trace it that way. But my heart bleeds for these people. 24 years and not a single answers to where your child is or what happened to them. I could not even imagine going through that kind of agony. I just couldn't. I mean, this is a beyond cold case. And if they get any type of closure with this, I'm more happy for them than anything else. But what's even better is that A, they get closure, and B, they catch the person who did this, who took her. Because a 9-year-old does not just disappear. Not on their own. Somebody took that child. Somebody enticed her out of the house at 4 a.m. So I just wish the motorists had seen her out on the road. I applaud the one that turned around to go to get her, to help her, but you should have called the cops. You should have called 911. That should have happened immediately. And who's to say that motorist who stopped isn't involved in some way? Maybe they're just saying, oh, I stopped, I turned around, but she ran in the woods. Who knows? They did find a shed where they found candy wrappers and a pen and some other stuff of hers. Looked like this is where she had holed up for a little bit during the storm. But other than the backpack, nothing. And you've had some prison inmates who said, oh yeah, I know who killed her, but I need a deal. And they followed up on that information, and it was a dead lead. But they found the car. They believe the car. Well, actually, I should clarify. They found the green car. They are stating that they believe it's connected to Asha Degree's disappearance, but they have not confirmed that. And that was as of yesterday. So I've been following this case as much as I can, but yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Like I said, the ultimate dream is to get her back breathing. I mean, she'd be 34 years old now. But to get an answer as to what happened is good enough, And if they can find who did it, that's the icing on the cake. So I will be posting pictures of the car that they found and of her with the age progression photos on YouTube once I've done with this. But keep the word out. Let people know somebody knew something, because she didn't just disappear in a black hole. And you all be safe, and thanks for watching. This is Rebecca with Red True Crime. I'm going to get back to my lunch, but be weird, be rude, be safe, y'all. Bye.